hi. Gumba the philosopher here. I didn't see you there. Have you ever pondered the universe's questions? Why we're here? What this is all for? What the most unhealthy food in Papa's franchise history is? These are all questions on my mind, but what I'm going to focus on today is the third one. Can we engineer a meal that is so unhealthy in the Papa's games that it could kill someone upon eating the entire thing? I believe yes. But in order to figure out this question, we are going to have to address a couple of things. 1, which Papa's game are we going to choose? 2, what constitutes an unhealthy meal? And 3, what that meal actually is going to be. I'd like to give you a little history about the Papa's games. The first Papa's game was Papa's Pizzeria, and it was released in 2007. After that, it could only grow. 13 more games were created under the Papa's franchise. Now, the goal of the game was to serve orders correctly and as quickly as you can to avoid a lower waiting time. I have spent time playing all of these games in my childhood, and I've revisited all of them, so you can call me your Papa's expert. Now, the most fun thing to do in the games was to mess orders up, to make them so ridiculous no one would be able to eat them. I'm sure everyone has seen the famous video of adding mayonnaise. But mayonnaise is not what we're focused on today. What we are focused on today is sugar. Sugar is unhealthy. Is that it? No. High fructose corn syrup could also be labeled as unhealthy. So many nutritional questions run through my mind. So let's take a trip to the whiteboard so I can show you exactly the nutritional facts that are going to be going into this experiment. Okay. All right, I'm okay. I have done a bit of research, and I have figured out exactly what we're looking for are things that cause bad side effects and are in vast amounts. So we're looking at artificial sweeteners. Now, these artificial sweeteners, they're gonna cause migraines and they're gonna cause cancer. We're engineering a perfect storm here. The high fructose corn syrup can cause liver damage and diabetes. So we need some of that in there as well. Now, the artificial colors, they cause hyperactivity and they cause headaches. Very, very important there. Sodium benzenate. Now, most of you might not know what sodium benzenate is. I didn't really either. I'm not any nutritionist. I knew what everything else was. But sodium benzenate, it's in a lot of things, and it weakens the immune system, and it means our cells get less oxygen. So it's very important that we have sodium benzenate in as well. And finally, the real kicker is sugar. Sugar, we all eat it. We all have to eat it, whatever. What food, or what ingredient rather, will have every single one of these ingredients on that list? And I think I have the solution. Strawberry syrup. Now, not just any strawberry syrup, because there's some strawberry syrup. What we're talking about is the Hershey's brand strawberry syrup that's colored red, sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, sugar, and artificial sweeteners, and contains sodium benzenate as a preserver. So the question now is, which game are we going to go? So I reviewed all the games, I spent tons of time looking at all the games, and I've decided this. Papa's Freezeria will allow us to get the most syrup possible. I'm opening Papa's Freezeria at this point, so I hope that you can appreciate how much time and effort has gone into this project, not only in the research department, but also because I wanted to make sure that you guys saw it. I decided to do it in a way that you could actually see him eat it, just so that you'd know that he'd die, because, you know, he would. So now I'm gonna move on to the main order. So here I'm actually putting in the lowest amount possible
so that I can maximize the amount of strawberry syrup. And in hindsight, I actually realized I forgot about calculating in the amount that went into the including the chocolate syrup and the vanilla ice cream. But that's not the part we were really focused on, so I didn't really include that in my calculations when I maybe should have. So here I'm just mixing it up. It really doesn't matter about the mixing, so I didn't add a ton. And then this is where the long, strenuous process comes in. I start putting on the syrup, and I think I'll just update you guys when I hit about 200 here. I'll just let you guys see the fast-forwarded part of this. Okay, so this I'm updating you guys. I'm currently at 200 here, putting in this syrup. My estimations were actually a little high. I ended up getting way more than I thought. I thought I'd only get 800, but as you'll see, I get way more. Updating you guys at about 400 here. This is where my arms started to cramp. Updating you guys at about 600 here now. So this is the 800 mark update. As you can see, it's a bit taller. It's only going up a little bit every 200. I thought I'd get a bunch more here, but the game definitely is running slower. Here I check to make sure everyone's okay. So this is the final update. Here's where I hit 960. But at 960, it was, the game would barely run. I mean, I couldn't squirt anymore physically, so I really just had to finish it up. As you can see, I spilled some, so it's a little off, but here I serve it. And yeah, that's... Tony there is pretty upset. I would be too if I just had a spoonful of pure syrup. But yeah, he'd definitely be dead. Now I've taken the liberty of doing some calculations. So as you know, there were 960 servings of pure Hershey's strawberry syrup. One of the most unhealthy things that I've found, containing high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavor, sodium benzenate, red 40. Some of just the downright worst things you can have in a single thing. And we've put in 960 servings. I can rephrase this and give you a couple more examples. This is 1,920 tablespoons of Hershey's syrup. In grams of sugar, 22,080 grams of sugar. Phrasing it another way in caloric intake, 96,000 calories. 96,000 calories. That's 48 daily doses of caloric intake. This is enough to kill any person. Make their heart speed up so much that they end up just killing themselves. But I mean...